so this is step number one. It's taking apart the whole car. We're not going too deep into taking it apart. So we can start sanding the body and get it ready for primer once, you know, the body work is done. Yeah, so we're in here. They're working on taking it all apart. Step number one. Step number two after that is to strip it down, all the paint down to the metal, and spray some epoxy. We are back at the shop. It's another day. There's my car in the background and Chanel. We are gonna go check on the progress of the Datsun. I'll show you what's been done. You can see behind me, we tore it out. We took off the fenders, we took off the hood, we took off the rear door, took off the doors, and it's just a shell right now, a body with the, well, it has the engine in it. I'm already seeing that this car is not gonna be what we originally thought it was gonna be. It's definitely gonna get higher up there. You can see it's starting to rust up here on the underneath the cowl. The engine looks good, but there's rust hiding in little spots that we're gonna have. Hey, Chanel, what are you doing? I don't know why she likes getting in the cars. Chanel. You know, we're doing this time and material. This is why we do a time and material, because when we start tearing it out, we start finding things. But right now, this is what we got it to. We have not started stripping the body yet. We have started stripping the other parts. This is the cowl right here. And we're doing a kind of like a paint stripper on them, just to see what's the difference between doing a paint strip and sanding it off. So here's the paint stripper that we're using, and leave it on for a little bit and it starts just peeling off like nothing. And this is supposed to be faster, and we're gonna test that out. Here is the first door, and this is an epoxy primer. They've already stripped it down. The damage is still there, so what we do first is we strip it down to the metal, then put our epoxy to protect it from any rust, any future rust while it's sitting here. So we'll epoxy it, epoxy primer, and then after the epoxy primer, that's when we start doing our body work on top of the epoxy primer. Here's another project we're doing, the Jeep Cherokee. They cut this car in half, and now it's welded back together. This is our donor vehicle right here. All the junk that came out of it. This little beauty is like the best car around here. Okay, that's my car, that's my daily. Say bye-bye, Chanel. Alright, so we stripping this car. Let me walk over to it right now. Oh my God, look at this guy. I'm trying to get to work and look. Alright, let's look them up. What I've got done is the roof. You can see right here, I got it stripped off, and then you can see down here that I'm going down here. So what I was gonna stop at the roof, but we thought instead we would just keep going with the quarter panels and then epoxy it tomorrow. I was trying to get the roof done 100%, like epoxy and everything, but I'd rather just strip down the rest of it, strip down the rest of the car, or at least a little bit of the quarter panels, and then get epoxy on it tomorrow. I think that's what we're gonna do, right? So here's a little footage of that. Let's get a little footage of that. Alright, so we finally got this thing stripped down to the metal. And you can see behind me, it's still not an epoxy because we got the owner coming in today to check out a few things that we found underneath the paint. And this is why we do time and material. You don't know what you're gonna find underneath. And we found are putting the epoxy primer on. Finally, we cleaned up all the metal, conditioned all the metal, and time to spray. Got the primer on, and that's gonna be the end of step one. Well, step one was honestly taking it all apart, and then step two was like doing the stripping and the primer like what we just did. But this is video number one, and I'm gonna be recording the whole process, little clips here and there throughout the whole process. Hopefully you guys stick around for that. And here it is, all primed up, looking pretty. I mean, we did some body work, but we're not done with the body work. You know, we have to protect the metal first, and then we'll be able to do all the body work that we need to do on the car itself. You're not supposed to Bondo over metal. I don't care what anybody says. I know people have been doing it for a long time, but there is evidence out there that rust will go through Bondo. Video number one done. We'll catch you on the next few steps where we start doing the body work and start curing the stuff. Say goodbye. Me and Chanel are out of here for today. Let's close it up. I'll catch you on the next one, guys.